warm welcome to Game 2 and Day 2 of the Yarmouth Cooks Cup Tournament here at the Yarmouth Mariners Center. Brought to you by MC Media. CJ Killam with JR Surrett with the call. It's Yarmouth taking on West Kings, the Vikings, still looking for their first win in this tournament. And once again, they're going to have to go without Brad Jones. I did not see him in the warm-up. Don't see him on the bench. So who might be one of the best players in the Valley High School Hockey League not playing for the Vikings? How are the Vikings going to try and overcome this?
Yeah, it's unfortunate at this level we're not going to get a lot of information. It's a shame we just don't go down and ask the coach in between periods to get a status update on what the injury might be. But like you said, it looks he had an awkward collision, went to the bench with the one leg. Could be a torque or a pull that's just keeping him off the ice.
Also, we only have about like 10 minutes between the games, so not really a lot of time to go in for in-depth analysis and after and pre-game interviews. But game getting underway. West Kings Wolverines 1-1. They defeated Digby in a very penalty-filled affair, but they fell to Barrington, who we just saw play and beat Paramba. So the Wolverines looking to try and get some positioning here, maybe try and take advantage of a limping Yarmouth team right now. Yeah,
and it doesn't look like they're come off the starting face-off here with a lot of speed and energy. The warm-ups, they look great, but now it almost looks like it's the beginning of the third period for these teams. It's a slow start.
And that's very uncharacteristic of the Vikings team, who their main way is speed and offensive rushing, that counterattack team. They're a fast squad, and they were led by Brad Jones, the fastest skater in this league. But especially when you get a leg injury, that's going to hamper your abilities. But West Kings right now looking to go on the attack. But Vikings trying to clear the zone, but held in at the point by the Wolverines. That shot knocked away by goaltender Riley Kroll, getting his first start of the tournament today.
Yeah, there is no speed to be seen right now from the Yarmouth squad in the beginning, the first couple of minutes, minute and a half of this first period. A lot of gliding, not a lot of energy shown. It looks like it's already late in the third and they're down 3-0, and the motivation's just not there.
Still 10:30. It's an early morning. Not a lot of players used to that. I'm a little bit more chipper on the swim team. I was used to 7 a.m. starts for swimming and swim practice, so I was a little bit more of an early morning competitor. Some players, though, you're not as used to that. A lot of high school games normally taken on a little bit later, so maybe some players trying to adjust to the morning games.
Yeah, Saturday morning tournament games, you got to be prepared for that. You got to wake up early. You got to get into that game mode and show up ready to play. Got
to eat a good breakfast, too. It was the one thing my coach always put into me. See, because every single time I come into warm-up, she'd be like, CJ, have you eaten breakfast yet? And I'd be like, no. And then she'd be like, go get a grilled cheese or something, and then come back and then go do your warm-up.
Yeah, either these guys slept in or they have not had their Wheaties this morning. They are just not ready for the start of this game right now. Like I said, the warm-up, everyone's kind of getting riled up. It looks like they were ready to go. And then the game starts, and it just fell back in the drift mode. They haven't even really had this in the offensive zone yet.
Now the Vikings looking to carry this one up. That's Jared Menard dumping that one in. But no one able to win the race. Now it's the Wolverines looking to go the other way. West Kings. Now they go in for the dump and chase. Both teams still trying to get their legs under them. There's more collisions going on as teams trying to pick it up physically. Now the speed starting to pick up. That's Bradley LeBlanc dumping that one in, going in for a dump and chase, but once again won by the Wolverines.
A little bit of a physical presence being shown there by the Wolverines, letting Yarmouth know that if you're coming in the offensive zone, we're going to hit you.
And now Wolverines looking to go the other way. West Kings carrying it up, holding at the point, waiting for his team to catch up. Sending it cross ice. Trying to weave through the defense, now sent back up to the point. That one-timer blocked, and goes all the way out of the zone. Yarmouth still looking for their first shot, 3 minutes into this one. But a fan on that, almost a dangerous play, but able to recover and just hold up the man in front in order to avoid what could have been a great scoring opportunity.
Yeah, that is not where you want to lose control of that puck, and just fanned on it with the Yarmouth player right there to take a chance. But not getting down on himself, jumped back onto it and made sure the Yarmouth player couldn't get any advantage of that fan.
Players playing on a little bit used ice as during the Cooks Cup tournament, floods happen every 2 periods. So last game, the flood happened during the second period. So already it's a little bit harder ice, and maybe some teams, you're not used to that playing hockey. You're always used to jumping on, at least at the start of the game, for fresh ice. But that's another factor that needs to be taken into a tournament.
It feels like Yarmouth has come out with the same ice conditions as mental conditions. a little worn out right now. It's not a fresh start. Maybe in the second, after the flood, they'll come out gliding.
And now it's West Kings winning the face-off and now moving that puck along the outside. Wolverines with it now, sending it cross ice now up to the point. That shot gets blocked, heading towards that dangerous area, but now being carried out by the Vikings. Vikings now dumping that one in for the dump and chase. Vikings with now tried for a centering out in front, but that one was knocked away by Kerrigan Allen. Vikings now another shot. That one blocked by the defender in front. Wolverines now looking to go the other way with speed. It could be a 3-on-2, but a good play there by the defenseman to pinch up and poke that one away.
Yeah, that was a risky chance there. The Wolverines had a chance to break out with 3, but a cross-ice pass just intercepted by the D-man to stop that.
Now here comes the Wolverines. Wolverines coming in, but that one goes right into the glove of Kroll, but he doesn't able to hang on to it. So now the Wolverines take another shot, but that one going wide.
Yeah, that was an intentional drop, I think. I don't think he lost control of that. He just gloved it, wanted to keep the play going, and dropped it to his defenseman because there's no Wolverines in the area.
Now it's the Wolverines with it. Moving it along the outside. Now back up to the point. That point shot can't get through all the bodies in front, but the Wolverines able to recover. Now send it back over to the point. That pass a little bit off. Second attempt makes another point shot. Can't get through the bodies in front again. Now it's a fight for that rebound. Wolverines come up with it, give it back to the point. Another one-timer. Once again, can't get through all the bodies standing in front. Wolverines, though, still able to keep possession. They dump it in, and some players go for a change.
Yeah, they're taking shots, but their own screens are getting blocked shots here and not getting anything through the net. But it looks like Yarmouth, again, sitting back. It's almost like a power play for the Wolverines. They're setting up the box, making passes, and there's no pressure.
Now the Vikings, though, able to carry this one out, but it was 1-on-3, and the defense going to win that battle about 90% of the time. Wolverines trying to carry it back in, but the back checker able to interfere with that one. Sends it in deep to the defense. Surrett now with it along the boards. Takes it over, and now it's being sent along the other side, but the Vikings having a hard time getting out of their own zone. Puck now sent back up to the point for the Wolverines. West Kings now. Point shot. That one goes into the glove of Kroll, who hangs on for the faceoff.
Definitely hanging on to that one. Wolverines screen right in front of him. Saw the shot come in, gloved it, and held on to it. Get his team a whistle and a fresh set of legs on the ice, who hopefully have some energy in the defensive zone. The Wolverines are just controlling this offensive zone for Yarmouth like it's a power play, but it's equal strength 5-on-5.
Vikings now won the faceoff, but was unable to clear the zone, and now Wolverines once again, if the puck be kept to the outside. Now the Vikings trying to hold them along the boards, try to dig that puck out of there. Referee still seeing it, not going to blow the play dead yet. Now the puck finally pops out. Wolverines now try to get up to the point. That point shot can't get through the defender standing in front, and the rebound poked back into the corner. Wolverines able to get through 2 defenders there, but has to go back and send it back up to the point. Wolverines now, another pass along the point. Almost gets the loss. Still fighting for it. Still keeping it in. Wolverines still keeping it in that zone, just holding that blue line. Vikings now finally with possession, able to push it out, but they just get it towards the bench. Wolverines, another fancy move to get around a Viking defender. Now he's coming in 1-on-4. It's the captain for the Wolverines, 22. Tried for a cross-ice pass, but no one there to receive it. Wolverines now just going to regroup back into their own zone.
Yarmouth has not found a line yet that's got energy to carry this puck. This game right now is about 95% Yarmouth zone, and that's not good.
Another shot, another good save by Kroll. The rebound going wide, but West Kings going right back on the attack. That point shot deflected. Now both teams still fighting for possession of that puck. Vikings trying to clear it out and along the boards, but can't get it past the point. Once again, Wolverines sending that one right back in deep. Vikings trying to clear it out, but again, held in at the point. Wolverines try for another long shot. That one can't get through all the bodies and then deflected wide.
Yarmouth cannot continue to play like this. Right now, Yarmouth's only chances of scoring a goal is if they move the Wolverines' net to center ice or the Wolverines give them a bad break chance.
And now, here come the Vikings, maybe with that bad break happening right now, but that backhanded shot or pass couldn't get through all the bodies. Vikings, though, now with it in their own zone, trying for another breakout. But those are some tired legs after the long defensive shifts. And that's another thing that takes away from the Vikings' usual offense on the breakouts. If they're spending so much time in the zone after a big hit that's going to be drawing a penalty. If they spend so much time in the defensive zone, they don't have that extra juice to then pump and go all the way down with a lot of speed. Yeah,
the motivation is not there, and I think a little frustration, hit from behind, boarding there. I'm not sure what the call is going to end up being, but now the Wolverines will have an extra man in the offensive zone that Yarmouth can't really control either way, so this is going to be dangerous. The Yarmouth can't afford to go down one early with this loss of energy.
Vikings finally able to touch up before the extra man can get back in the attacking zone, and it's a boarding call going against the Yarmouth Vikings, and that's number 15 for Yarmouth, Jared Menard, going into the box. So now Wolverines having almost easy control of the puck in the Viking zone, now going to have an extra man to work with, so Yarmouth going to be really on their heels here.
Yeah, it looks like an offensive zone practice for the Wolverines. Yarmouth is kind of sitting back, not able to get control, not able to get it out of the zone. Their screening their clearing attempts aren't going anywhere. They're all getting blocked. The Wolverines have just set up camp down here and are dictating play to Yarmouth.
One thing the Vikings doing good defensively, though, is that they're blocking a lot of the shooting attempts. Wolverines are trying to get point shots towards Kroll and then probably try and dig in for the rebounds, but Vikings doing a good job making sure those point shots aren't getting through to the goaltender.
Yeah, they need someone to step up, make a play, even if it's not a scoring play, but just something that's going to motivate this team to start skating and generating some offense.
I think Riley Kroll in net might be the guy as he's turning aside some good shots here. 5 shots already for West Kings. It's been a low shot affair, so in a very quick game as well. We're already more than halfway through the first period. But now Wolverines still on the power play, looking to wait for space, taking their time, moving that puck along the outside. Wolverines still with it outside, now back up to the point. That point shot gets deflected up and over the net, but the Wolverines able to catch that rebound. West Kings still with the puck, now carrying it through center. Back over to the corner, now being carried behind the net. Tried for the centering pass, can't get through. Backhanded shot goes right back into Kroll, who holds again for another face-off.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy night for the Yarmouth goaltender at this rate because, like I said, the Wolverines have just set up camp in here. They've staked a claim in the Yarmouth offensive zone. They don't feel like moving, and Yarmouth doesn't have the energy or the drive right now to push them out.
Riley Kroll, first game so far in the Cooks Cup. First game I've actually seen Kroll play for the Vikings or during Midget X as a Spitfire. But this is Kroll getting his first opportunity in net. He's doing some good work here as that shot bounced off a body and up into the netting.
Yeah, pinned on the net there. Fan sitting down at the far end, might be a player, pushed it back in for us so we don't have to go and ask anyone for an extra puck. Yeah. So Yarmouth gets a free pass here out of the zone, so got to take your benefit where you can get it.
Tie up in the face-off, but eventually Wolverines using that extra man to win the tie-up. Vikings now trying to clear it out of the zone, and they do, all the way back down with 45 seconds left on the power play. Wolverines now in their own zone looking to carry it up. West Kings looking to go the other way. But the Vikings, though, able to take that one away and send it right back. Good shine of blue line defense by the Vikings.
That was the first good sign of defense in a straight-up clear. The first clearing attempt got along the boards. It just 2 Wolverine players there to stop it. Magically had some eyes and got through. But that chance, got control of the puck, forward lifted the stick off the player. Another defenseman was able to take that puck and just clear it clean all the way to the other end.
Wolverines with a good opportunity and misses a wide open net. The shot took a funny bounce, but it went right on the stick of a West Kings Wolverine who can't deflect that one into the net.
That puck was moving in a hurry with a weird bounce, and he tried to take a shot, but that shot just went straight across the crease, not even on goal at that point, and a big threat there avoided by Yarmouth.
Big back to even strength, so a good penalty kill by the Vikings. Got a few lucky bounces there, but that's what you always need on a penalty kill. But it's the Wolverines going right back on the attack, but another good glove save by Kroll, who seems to be on his game this morning.
Yeah, lucky bounces will help you and maybe save you for a little while, but you cannot rely on these. And the replay showing the guy had position, wide open net, just the deflection, couldn't put it on net, put it straight through the crease.
Yep, had his stick angled the wrong way and didn't angle right towards where he wanted to go. 4 minutes left here in the first period. It's been all Wolverines, but West Kings still looking for their first goal as they continue to put on a lot of pressure. Wolverines now trying to carry that one into the center ice but the Vikings able to intercept that one, and now Yarmouth looking to go the other way. Here come the Vikings. Can't settle the cross-ice pass, though, and now West Kings looking to go the other way. Wolverines get hit and lose the handle on the puck, and then just dump that one in behind the net. So now Yarmouth looking to go the other way, but can't handle on. I think both teams are having a little bit trouble playing with a little bit of this messy ice, as no passes are really crisp right yet.
There is a fair amount of snow down along the boards right now, and you can see it kick up just from the puck, and not from the player's skates, from the puck. So that puck is trying to plow through some of these snow drifts down there, and everyone's having a hard time dealing with it.
Vikings have the puck in the offensive zone, but couldn't generate anything, and now Wolverines looking to go the other way with 3 minutes left here in the first. Here comes West Kings, trying to create some space. That shot saved by Kroll, who then recovers the puck for a face-off.
I almost feel bad at this point for all the fans watching from the West Kings end right now, because they are not seeing a whole lot of action down there. Yarmouth zone is basically the focus of this game right now. Although in the second, the fans on the other end are going to get a good hockey game, I'm pretty sure, because West Kings would be dominating that end.
We'll see if the fresh ice in the second has anything. It's another good opportunity for the Wolverines. Another great save by Kroll.
Yeah, Kroll is going to have to be on his game. If anyone in Yarmouth right now needs that energy, it's going to be Kroll.
Riley Kroll playing very well so far. 8 saves to start this one out. And now Yarmouth trying to clear the zone. Finally get it out and through. It's a dump in, but goes right back onto the stick of the Wolverines. Wolverines doing an excellent job of keeping one man back, even with so much time on the offense. But now here comes Wolverines again. Going back on the attack, gets around one man, but right into the glove of Riley Kroll with the Patrick Waugh-esque glove flip afterward.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that. We all know how those ended up for Patrick. You can't get too flashy, but he had great positioning. Strong wrist shot in close, but right on the glove, able to close that off and shut down that play.
Fantastic move by the West Kings skater to get open around the defenseman, but Kroll able to stand tall on that one. Another shot gets blocked. That one, dangerous bounce out in front of the net. Lucky for Kroll, a Viking defender was there to clear that one away.
Yeah, that was a bad luck bounce where it went off the defensive player, and the goalie had slid across to stop the shot, but the block put it back towards the other post, and there's nothing you could do at that point.
Wolverines now looking to go the other way. Carrying up and through, but that one gets poked away. Vikings trying to push this one through. Good job, though, by the Wolverines to recover and get the puck back. Back over to the point. Fakes the one-timer, still with it. Now passed up. That shot going over to the corner. Now along the face-off circle. Now back up to the point. That point shot gets hit. And now Vikings still can't get it past the blue line. A good kick in there by Wolverines. Wolverines still able to keep this one onside. Still looking to go on the attack, back up to the point. That point shot gets through all the bodies, but goes wide of the net. Wolverines now.
I hate to say it, but Yarmouth at this point is going to take a victory in this first period just by not letting the West Kings get a point on a goal through the first.
Icing played. It was a good race for the puck, but at the high school level, it isn't that hybrid offside that's used at a little bit of the higher levels. It's that instant international offside rule where it does not matter if the puck, if the shooting team is ahead in the race for the puck. As soon as that puck crosses that red line, the icing is instantly called.
Yeah, once it gets down there, they blow the whistle. And I can understand it, a safety measure, keep them from chasing down there and have a kid injured on that chase. So it can be frustrating for the fans sometimes, but it's understandable because you're trying to protect the kids at this level.
And now, final minute of play, Vikings with the puck, trying to carry it through but can't settle it down. And now, St. Nicholas for the Wolverines, almost poking that one through. St. Nicholas now fighting for it, trying to get it through. Vikings looking to carry it up now, but that forward pass just out of reach. Wolverines able to win the race. West Kings sending it back over. West Kings with it now, trying to carry it across the blue line. One last rush. That one a little bit offside. The Vikings might have a last-second chance here if they can settle it down. But that one, they choose just to dump it in with 20 seconds left in the first.
Yeah, they had 3 players up on the blue line ready to break in, but they couldn't set control of the play and get the puck up where it needed to be.
Wolverines now looking to move that one up. It's touched up to avoid the icing, and now it's the Vikings with it. Vikings with it behind their own net. But that, a little bit of a lazy pass, maybe a last chance effort for the Wolverines, but poked away, and that'll do it here in the first. Lucky for the Vikings, it was a tie game, but it was all Wolverines. The Zamboni going to come out for the flood. JR, what do you think the Vikings need to do in order to come back in the second?
Learn how to play offense. They have to get out of their defensive zone, generate some chances, and show some energy that they want to put goals in the opposite net. Right now, this is like a defensive clinic for Yarmouth because they are locked down in their own end, and the goalie is just being assaulted right now. 9-1 on the shots. Yarmouth not able to generate anything other than block shots.
And that'll do it here for the first. We'll see if the fresh ice has any different. You are watching MC Media, mcmedia.stream. We'll have all Cooks Cup games live, and all the games will be archived there. We'll be back for the start of the second. You're watching the Yarmouth Cooks Cup Tournament brought to you by MC Media. CJ Killam and JR Surratt with the call. And it's a no score yet in this one, but it was all West Kings to start this one off.
It was all West Kings in the first period, and the only thing going for Yarmouth right now to start the second is that their bench is technically in the offensive zone and will be there all period.
Yeah, Yarmouth maybe spending at the most 2 minutes in the offensive zone, but never with any real possession on the puck. Right now, I believe we're working on the timekeeper box, having a little bit of a score clock issue because it still says first period as we're about to start the second.
I think Yarmouth would like to get out of the first period because that did not go well for them. So I'm sure they have no issues waiting for this to be resolved. It looks like we're just going to play the first all over again and worry about the number of the period later. Not
the first time this happened this tournament. We played about 1.5 periods in the second period in the first game before timekeeper realized he had the wrong period up. So off the face-off, now it's fresh ice, and I see a little bit more skiv and speed beneath both teams right now. And now it's Wolverines, though. They're going right back on the attack. West Kings going on the attack, but a hit just narrowly dodged by the Wolverines. Another point shot blocked by the defender in front. West Kings just able to keep that puck onside. Another one-time kicked away by Kroll. The rebound sitting there, and Kroll able to get there in nick of time, but gives a little bit of a shove afterwards. Didn't like the little extra action he was getting after he already covered the puck.
Yeah, that was a great save by Kroll down in the Yarmouth end. Short rebound came out, but a lot of defensive players in the area to help lock that down before it became a great scoring chance again. But just in this quick 30 seconds, it looks like Yarmouth is already on a penalty kill because no one's giving pressure to the guys on the blue line. You know, it's a man-on-man situation, 5-on-5. There's no reason to sit back in the box. And they're just giving West Kings the entire zone control.
Yeah, Vikings right now kind of sitting in that box formation, allowing West Kings to have the outside. They're just trying to block all those shots. Kroll making another good glove save. But that type of defensive strategy, it's not going to create you offensive chances and really create those turnovers that the Vikings really need, because their offense comes from odd-man rushes, comes from using speed, and sitting back in the box, it's not really going to happen. You really need to start attacking these point men and give them a little bit more pressure.
Yeah, if you've got speed, you could have attacked those defensive men on the point. Get the pucks past them on the blue line, deflect the pass, and generate a breakaway chance that you can use that speed to get some scoring chances. But none of that is happening.
Another point shot got through to Kroll, but it looks like that one hit that little bit above the pad where there isn't much protection. That one little zone, just a little bit where the pad goes down. It's that thigh area. Taking a shot there. It's that one space where the pads don't protect, and that really stings.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time. It may be a little worse than that depending on where he took it. We've only got the one shot to look at him, and he's not facing the camera, but he's clearly in some discomfort down there.
It's the one area on a goaltender that has the least amount of protection, and every once in a while the puck going to find that one little spot. Kroll has been playing fantastic. 12 saves already early on in this game. He's been the one player on his game for Yarmouth going through and has really kept the Vikings in this game.
Yeah, he's up now, and it looks like it was mostly just a stinger. Hit him in the spot, knocked the wind out of him, gave him a fair amount of discomfort and enough to get the refs to call a whistle to get him checked out.
Probably definitely going to be having a bruise after that. The amount of velocity that's going in. I see Varon has his helmet on. He's standing at the bench waiting to see if he's going to get the next call over. Has his helmet off. He's still just shaking it off as the coach gives him a pat on the back, the video game style healing, and he's back up on his feet. So video games are like real life. You just need to tap a guy on his shoulder, and he's instantly back to full health.
Clearly the whole, shake it off. You're good. Let's get back into this. You've already blocked 12 shots. We're going to need you for about 80 more. So, we need you in there.
For as much time that the Wolverines had in the offensive zone in the first period, they only had 10 shots coming out of that. You would think that they would have generated a lot more shots, but the Vikings doing a good job at standing in front of those shooting lanes, and they've blocked a lot of shots for Kroll.
I hate to say it this way, but yes, Yarmouth has been very efficient at standing in the way in their own zone.
And now off the face-off, the Vikings. Winning that one is Kroll, staying in the net, recovered from the stinger. Another shot, another block by the Yarmouth Vikings. Vikings, though, finally able to clear it out and pass the blue line, but the Wolverines holding it at center ice. West Kings now dumping that one in. And now the Vikings sending it all the way back, but that one's going to be an icing call.
Yeah, great that they got the puck into the offensive end for a few seconds, but that's just a dump shot to get down for icing, maybe get a line shift. But it looks like they're not even going to change lines at this point. And, they're not very winded.
Vikings now going to get ready for the face-off. Wolverines have been doing very well in the face-off circle. Start with this one off, and another win there. Back up to the point. That one dumped in behind the net. Vikings, though, able to gain possession and now trying to clear it out. Vikings with the puck on their stick. But that pass way behind the intended target, but Surratt able to recover. Surratt now trying to come the other way, but gets that one poked. Surratt now trying to push that one along the boards. Vikings still trying to put on pressure and pick up the physicality if a hit there, but back onto the sticks of the Wolverines, though. Hard shot from the point going wide. Wolverines, though, still trying to fight and get that puck out of there. Yarmouth now putting on some sustained pressure, but not getting shot on net as Kerrigan Allen hasn't been seeing much action.
Yeah, and Yarmouth is putting some pressure in the offensive zone, but West Kings is mostly controlling where that play is happening. Yarmouth is getting some shots, I can't say on because we haven't got another registered shot on net, but they are putting shots towards the net. They're just not generating any chances. The offensive, it's almost like, okay, we got here now. How do we do this again?
And that can be it. You spend so much time thinking defensively. But that can also play both ways for a goaltender like Kerrigan Allen. He's been sitting in his net a long time. Goaltenders can get antsy, and they can get a little cold. So, if you're the Vikings, I think you just want to start putting some rubber towards Allen, see if he's a little bit loose as that point shot gets deflected up and into the rafters for another face-off.
Yeah, no, he could have taken a nap through most of the first period. And, when you get all hyped up for the start of a game, you get in net, you're in the zone, you're all set, but then you sit there and you wait and you watch a game happen. And then when the game finally finds you, you've got to stay prepared in that mental state and be ready to play. Otherwise, you're going to start making those mistakes. It's just like, the start of another game.
Off of the face-off, the Vikings able to almost gain possession back in the attacking zone, but a good job by St. Nicholas to hold that one up at the blue line. Now it's the Vikings looking to go the other way. St. Nicholas now with the puck, carrying it up. St. Nicholas centering pass, but could not pull the trigger.
That was a great pass from behind the net, right out in front. Just couldn't get the shot off there. Yarmouth had swarmed in their defensive end, and now going to try and generate a chance coming out. But just clearing it out back to the West Kings, and they'll probably clear the zone and bring it back in.
And now it's St. Nicholas again, trying to pass that one up. Does get through, but has to be poked ahead, and the Vikings got on a stick and were able to clear the zone again. The Vikings pushing that one forward. Maybe with speed they can finally break through and pass, but a good back check by the Wolverines.
Yeah, Wolverine player. Ooh. Wolverine player lost that at the blue line, but didn't give up on the play and chased back in to make sure Yarmouth couldn't get away with it.
Yarmouth Vikings definitely picking up the physicality there as Moore tried to stop his man, but got around. Slap shot, that one getting blocked. And now it's the Vikings trying to push it through, but puck doesn't get through. A centering pass now out in front. That shot, another block by the Yarmouth Vikings.
Yarmouth is playing good again to block shots, but the problem is they're letting too many of those shots go. Yarmouth looks more intent now to hit players than to put shots on the West Kings net.
Well, right now you got to just try and build some momentum. If the shots aren't working, you pick it up in the physicality department. Anything to start getting that momentum going as the Vikings now trying to clear that puck out and along the boards, held in at the point, but that point shot going far wide.
Yeah, the problem is, though, if you start thinking I want to hit someone, you're going to miss the play. And so you're going to see someone lined up for a big hit. You're going to go after that hit, and that's going to put the play at risk. And just like a pinch, when you make a choice to pinch in for those pucks, you put yourself at risk of someone breaking behind you. So if you're thinking hit, you're missing other chances that are going to happen.
Backing down in the Viking zone, Yarmouth trying to get that puck out, cycling along the boards. That clearing, though, didn't have much power on it. That point shot going far wide. Now it's another race for it. Wolverines now with it behind the net. Passing it back along the outside. A double hit there, but that's going to have some open space. Wolverines looking to take advantage, but that deflection going wide of the net. Now puck going again back up to the point. That point shot blocked. Puck is loose. Kroll down and out, but somehow the Wolverines unable to get a stick on it.
Yeah, two players waiting for that check behind the net. And just like we said, you're thinking hit. Both players wanted to get in there and try and, put a solid shot on that player and put him at risk. But now Yarmouth breaking away here with a chance.
Here comes Moore. One-on-one. Gets by one. A shot going wide of the net. Best offensive opportunity for the Vikings in this one, but that one-on-one attempt shot goes wide.
Yeah, to get back on that point, both players went for that check behind the net, but left a big gap out front, and they were able to get the play out in front and almost have a great scoring chance. Yarmouth was lucky to get away with that.
St. Nicholas picks the pocket, and now he's coming in. St. Nicholas pass, though. He gets separated, comes out in front of Kroll, who hangs on for the face-off. Here's that replay of that close opportunity for the Wolverines. Backhanded, can't get through the stick of Kroll. Does a good job of using the stick to hold on the post to knock that one away. He lost his stick in the process, but a defenseman gave him a loaner. Until now, with the face-off, he's been able to get his goaltender stick back.
Yeah, no, that was a big chance for West Kings to get on the board there, and he was lucky to get that paddle down and keep him out.
You have to think that frustration for the Wolverines starting to dig in as they're continuing putting rubber against Kroll, but still are unable to solve them. As once again, West Kings looking to go back on the attack. Puck back up to the point. Shot, though, can't get through the defender in front. Now it's the Vikings looking to carry this one out. It's a race for the puck. One man back, though, able to make the defensive play for West Kings. Wolverines now going back on the attack. Still with it is West Kings. Now with it behind the net. Sent back over to the side. A point shot. That one, again, can't get through all the bodies, but comes out of the zone. St. Nicholas, the one man back for Wolverines.
Wolverines are taking a lot of those strong shots, but shots from the blue line at this point aren't going to help because Yarmouth has set up that defensive box on their end, and it's just not getting through. Wolverines going to take the control that they clearly have in the offensive zone, bring the pucks deep, get a cross crease pass or something like that, and hit an open net.
Now it's the Vikings. Pick off that clearing attempt, but they picked it offside. And now it's the Wolverines looking to continue on the offensive breakout. West Kings now trying to carry it up, but the Vikings dump that one back through into neutral ice. Wolverines trying to break past the blue line, and now they do. Here comes West Kings. That shot can't get through all the bodies in front, and now Vikings looking to go the other way. Here comes Yarmouth. It's number 19 for Yarmouth carrying it up. That's LeBlanc. LeBlanc sending it towards the net, bounce off the side and goes behind, and now just like that, Wolverines going back the other way.
LeBlanc had some good speed, but he was good speed on his own. No supporting players from Yarmouth able to keep up with him. And West Kings, when they came back in, they had 3 players coming back in for control. So Yarmouth finally get to see some signs of life, but they've got to have more than just a one guy.
Now Wolverines, another scores! A perfect play shot there right in the slot. And finally, the West Kings Wolverines able to solve Riley Kroll.
A great shot there. The player slid across the ice from one wing to the other and fired at the back post. So if the goalie was chasing him across to try and keep an angle, he fired behind him and hit that top corner. That was a great shot.
That was a sniper shot right a little bit far off the point. We'll see the replay there. You'll see how perfectly placed this shot was. You had Kroll starting to go one way, and then the puck just goes the other right through there.
Yeah, tracking him left, and the puck came back up high right on the blocker side. Nothing he could do there. It was a great shot.
And finally, the Vikings were doing a good job getting in front of those point shots, but that one goes in through clear. And now Wolverines looking to continue the momentum as that centering pass gets kicked away and back into the corner.
Sometimes that's the problem. If you're putting a lot of bodies in that center ice area trying to block shots, you're also blocking the goalie. And if the goalie can't see it coming, he can't glove it. And shots from the blue line or up, past the circles, if a goalie sees those shots, those are saved 90% of the time. 9 times out of 10, that's a save. But with all of these bodies, you saw him cheating left, trying to see through the lane to see where the player was. Took a shot back to the opposite post, and there was nothing he could do.
That goal scored by Jordan Jackson to give the Wolverines the 1-goal lead. Now, Wolverines continuing to put on pressure after getting that one. Going right back onto the attack. Cross-ice pass. Couldn't be settled on the bouncing puck for the shot. Wolverines now. Still with it in the attacking zone, trying to get through the defense. Vikings poke that one away. Now going to try and clear out and through the glass. Puck, though, takes a funny bounce, and now Vikings may have a chance. Get by one man trying to catch up for the puck. But a good job on the back check once again by West Kings.
Yeah, Morse was able to hustle back there and shut down any offensive chance, and now West Kings have their own break chance.
And here comes Pittman trying to get through, but another good back check on display, that time by Max Nickerson of the Vikings.
Yeah, the play appears to have opened up a little bit with breakaways going both ways, but with West Kings now with 1 goal on the board, Yarmouth has got to settle down and get an answer.
We'll see if that giving up that goal wakes Yarmouth skaters up a bit and the sense of urgency starts setting in a little bit more. But here comes the Wolverines now, going right back on the attack. A cross-ice pass couldn't be settled. It goes back up to the point. Wolverines still with it. Send that one in, looking for a deflection. Had a chance on the rebound. Now they're centering pass. This time no one can receive it, and it comes all the way out of the zone.
Goalie again without a stick. He's going to collect that back up, but West Kings with more good chances from behind the net. Almost a great wraparound chance, but unable to find someone in front to take that puck.
Here comes St. Nicholas now for the Wolverines. That shot, though, getting blocked. And now Wolverines still with it, though, behind the net. St. Nicholas passing it over to his teammate, but the Vikings putting on pressure in the corner. Vikings continuing to put on pressure, but now it's the Wolverines carrying out in front. Cross-ice pass deflected towards the net, kicked away by Kroll. And now Wolverines, though, still with it, continuing to put on pressure, trying to carry it out in front of the net. Wolverines still with it, passing it back up to the point. Back cross-ice it goes. Another shot, can't get through all the sticks in front. The rebound, a great save by Kroll, who falls down on the puck for the faceoff.
Yeah, some great passing and shooting there from West Kings, controlling the offensive zone again, getting great chances there, even getting the bounces their way, putting pucks towards the net or even a cross-ice pass, deflections on net. A lot more saves, already 16 shots, and he had to drop down and make sure that rebound wasn't going anywhere.
See here on the replay, Kroll was going one way. Good job by Kroll to quickly change directions and get there, and then cradled that one in between his pads.
Yeah, he wasn't sure where that went, but he made sure it wasn't going behind him. Just laid down to make sure to get a whistle.
And now it's the Wolverines passing that one along the point. A one-timer chance couldn't be settled by Pittman, and now Vikings looking to go the other way. Here comes Yarmouth trying to build some speed, get past that blue line, but can't get through the bodies of the defenders for the Wolverines. Pittman now trying to poke that one back out. Can't get it through. Vikings trying to track and push that one through, but still can't maintain possession in the offensive zone, and now Wolverines looking to go the other way. West Kings coming now in on the attack. That shot going wide of the net.
Yarmouth is looking a little frustrated here. Those checks are turning into a little bit more high shots and elbow throws that the refs haven't called yet, but they're dangerous now of forcing more mistakes, giving West Kings some penalty opportunities on an offensive zone they already control.
On that dump in, Kroll just catches that one in the glove and then continues to hold on for the face-off. Vikings right now still down, being outshot by almost 3 times. Shots right now 17 for the Wolverines, just 6 for Yarmouth. And off of the face-off, the Vikings get the win, but are unable to clear the puck out of the zone. Now maybe the second chance will get through. Now Vikings looking to come through. One-on-one, a quick shot going just wide of the net.
West Kings has got a very small goalie in net, but clearly from experience growing up, I was one of the smallest kids on any team I played on. And when you're that small, you got to try hard and show the coaches and the team that you're there and going to make a difference no matter your size. So that shot was low and wide, and as a smaller goalie, it's tougher to make that stretch to make those saves. So that was a risky shot for the goalie there, but he was able to make sure that wasn't on net or any kind of risk.
Kerrigan Allen just tall enough that when he hunches in his goalie stance, his shoulders just hit the bottom of the crossbar. So he just fills up enough space when he does his goalie stance to cover and hug those posts, as the Wolverines once again continuing offensive pressure, and Kroll has no other option but to cover that puck up for the face-off.
Yeah, Yarmouth has got to get some more offensive zone control at this point. They're getting breakaway chances, but that's relying on a lucky bounce on a block shot or West Kings to make a mistake to give them these breakaways. And then when they get those breakaways, usually it's just one Yarmouth player that's going. If they're not coming in with a group, there's no chances for a pass, so you're limiting the options on the lanes for the goalie to have to worry about.
And now here comes the Vikings trying to break through the defense, but can't get through the 2 sticks of the defender. And now here come the Wolverines the other way, but a lost edge and a lost possession. Now Vikings trying to go the other way. Back and forth action starting to pick up here. Yarmouth trying to carry this one the other way. They just carry it in deep. Only 2 men deep, though, for Yarmouth, but they still getting possession. But the shot from Surratt doesn't have enough power on it. It goes far wide.
Looks like Yarmouth is playing with 3 defensive men. There's a center ice guy waiting with the 2 guys at the blue line. So I'm confused on what kind of play style Yarmouth is going with right here, but it's definitely not for generating chances. It's almost limiting your defensive mistakes and waiting for that, rebound to kick out so you can go with breakaways.
And right now, Vikings, though, with the puck in the neutral zone, looking to carry this one in on the attack. Here they come. It's Menard passing that one over, but that one intercepted by St. Nicholas, and the puck gets poked up and deflected up and into the netting now with the final minute here in the second period.
Which they have corrected. I forgot to mention early in the period, they did finally get that over to the second instead of the first. So this is no longer a replay of the first.
That's good because I don't think the Vikings, with all this consistent pressure, could go for 4 periods of hockey. Might be a little bit tough. Now the pass going over to the Vikings, winning the faceoff. Now look to cycle to the outside, but that pass unable to be caught by the Vikings. Still trying to put on pressure, cause a turnover. But calmly, the Wolverines able to maintain that pressure and get the puck out of the zone. A little bit more composure I'm noticing from the Wolverines. You don't see a lot of panicking. They're always fluid in their motions. They always seem to make the play that they want to make.
Well, at this point, when you're controlling the offensive zone, it's like you've got a full period power play. They're setting up the box. Yarmouth is collapsing their players down, to the face-off dots on these chances here. West Kings has got the whole top of the zone to play with. They can pass the puck around, take their time. They're not too worried about Yarmouth breaking away, and Yarmouth is not getting great clearing chances. And when they get a chance to clear the puck, the D-men at the blue line are just shut it down.
Yeah, the defensemen at the blue line doing a very good job for the Wolverines. Also, it seems that a lot of the clearing attempts not having that much power on them for the Vikings, that typically if, you really get a lot of power, you get a lot of hold under that puck with your stick. You don't have to slap it, but if you have a strong enough wrist shot, you can generate enough velocity to kind of almost force your way through the guys trying to stop it at the blue line.
At the very least, with enough strength to put it over their head. Clearing, if you need to clear, you need to make a clear clearing attempt. And these shots aren't getting past the guys at the blue line. They're covering the boards, and if they're covering the boards, you put it through center ice. But Yarmouth is just not making a lot of great decisions here. It's amazing that they're only down by 1 at this point. With 18 saves from the Yarmouth goaltender, he's the only reason they are in this. And it looks like I said, they're waiting for that lucky chance on a breakaway. And without their captain to kind of step up and take those chances into actual scoring attempts, they're faltering here and no one's stepping up.
Yeah, Vikings without Brad Jones once again. Jones was a real big catalyst for the Vikings offense. It seemed almost every single time Jones was on the ice, the Vikings would very shortly gain an offensive chance, but Jones taking a hard collision along center ice. He only made it back to the bench on 1 leg, so a little bit difficult there for the Vikings, but you got to push through the injuries. And we'll see if the third period we have a different story, but the face-off won once again by the Wolverines. West Kings now trying to touch that one on the attack, but don't get the deflection, so that's going to be an icing against West Kings.
Well, you don't get much of a break when you're not getting a flood for these teams. So Yarmouth, if they weren't getting momentum early, they don't get a chance to collect themselves really and refocus to get back into this. The West Kings basically just continues their control and able to push forward with, their style of play.
And here comes the Wolverines going right back on the attack off the icing, but that shot going right into the glove of Kroll, who again is standing tall on this one.
I'm not sure how many shots we're going to end up with for West Kings, but I'm expecting they will likely break 30 in this period for the game.
Almost 19 already to start this one off. They've been averaging about 10 shots a period. And off of that faceoff, they might have a chance for another one. That pat deflection, though, can't get through. Another point shot, once again, blocked by the Vikings. The collapse isn't generating much offensively for them, but they're sure blocking a lot of shots. As I believe West Kings probably has had at least 50 shooting attempts towards net. Vikings almost with a chance and two close opportunities there as the puck takes a funny bounce in front of Allen.
Yeah, that puck went, I think, back and forth across the crease, one way or the other, with no Yarmouth player able to get control and take a shot on net. So lucky there for Allen to hold his ground and make sure, three-man collision, and keep those pucks from going in and keep his team up 1-0.
Yeah, it was number 9, Drake Johnson, who was on his back, almost pushed it in Ovechkin style for the Vikings, but doesn't get through. As a penalty now coming up. Looks like a head contact, as now it's, see the instant replay on that chance. It was the cross-ice pass. Vikings couldn't get through. It comes back the other way, and Johnson just whiffs on the one-handed on his back. But now Yarmouth going to get a 4-minute blow-to-the-head penalty. So now this is the Vikings' best offensive chance of the game.
They need to make something of this. If they don't make anything out of a 4-man advantage or a 4-minute one-man advantage here, I'm going to be hard-pressed to see them making any kind of goals for the rest of the game.
A close opportunity there for the Vikings, and now the Wolverines able to clear.
Yeah, if West Kings can still show dominance with a man down at this point, Yarmouth has got to rethink their strategy. The collapse around the net, waiting for a bad pass or rebound to get those breakouts, they've got to try and get a different play style if they want to do anything in this tournament.
And now West Kings able to send it through. Kroll loses an edge when he comes out to play the puck, but lucky for him, the Wolverines were far away enough that didn't affect. Vikings still on their own end now in the power play. That pass doesn't hit the intended target, but Vikings able to recover. Yarmouth now carrying it in. A shot on Allen, goes off the blocker and wide of the net.
I don't think that was a blocker. I think that was high enough to hit him in the shoulder when he went down. It just deflected wide. The puck I don't think was particularly on, but he wasn't taking any chances there and got out to play it.
You also have to think Kerrigan Allen, he's been sitting in his net, not seeing a lot of rubber. He probably wants to feel that puck. He wants to get the action, get the blood going through his body, so he might be jumping through. His Wolverines almost have a short-handed opportunity there, but poked away at the last second by the Vikings. But a loss of the puck almost gives St. Nicholas an opportunity.
Yeah, no, if you're sitting back like that, you want any chance to get back in the game and just get back in your rhythm in your zone. So, yeah, that wide shot is at least a chance for him to make a play.
A shot there by Surratt, saved by Allen, who then covers up for the faceoff. 2:30 left on the power play for the Yarmouth Vikings.
Vikings are at least making some chances out of this power play. They're up to 12 shots now with a couple shots at least on this play. And it's quality shots that they're taking, but they're just not getting past the goalie right now.
The Vikings now losing that faceoff, and the Wolverines now able to carry this one out. Pittman dumps that one all the way into Kroll, who thinks about going for it, but then decides wisely to stay in the net. He saw Pittman was the one winning the race for it. Vikings, though, trying to come up with it, but can't get through. A very aggressive penalty kill on display right now from the Wolverines, and they able to strip the Vikings of the puck in their own zone. Now they're just willing to kill more time, skate all the way out back to their own zone, passing it back and forth in their own zone, just killing time off of it. 30 seconds have been killed off already right now. Again, continuing to just kill it, and finally just slap that one down and all the way.
This is what I was concerned about. If West Kings could get control of the puck and play their game, Yarmouth was content to sit back there for a second. West Kings just controlled the puck, brought it back to their zone, played a little back and forth with the defenseman, and Yarmouth, in no hurry to get the puck control back. And then finally, when they made an attempt, they cleared it back down in the Yarmouth zone and said, here, go get it.
There was a shot from the Vikings. Allen thought he had it in his glove, but it didn't. But luckily for him, it bounced and went wide of the net as the Wolverines once again able to clear this puck. Kroll now catches that one behind the net and then just decides to cover it up and continue for another faceoff.
Yeah, that's a little concerning now on a power play when the clear attempt goes down to the goalie and he's freezing it quickly just to make sure that the opposing team doesn't get any chances out of it.
The Wolverines definitely putting on a very aggressive penalty kill, and the Wolverines, they need to start. They want wins, and they so far out of a possible 2 points, they only have one. The Vikings came out of the first period tied 0-0. So the way the scoring works in this tournament is 1 period earned, 1 point earned for every period win, and then 2 points overall for the win. And right now, West Kings, even though they've been controlling a lot of the play, they only have 1 out of a possible 2 points.
Yeah, I was amazed that they didn't come away with a goal in the first period, and it's just luck that Yarmouth was able to keep them from scoring, but not for 2 periods. And West Ham's able to win that second, And they would definitely like to win the third with an extra goal to come away with 3 more points out of this.
Now Surratt trying to get that wraparound through, but gets the puck stripped. Now it's the Wolverines able to dump it in. And, you know, Wolverines need the points. They lost to Barrington, a little bit of an upset, as West Kings normally a very high-powered team. Barrington, you know, they're usually middle of the road, but they've been playing fantastic in this tournament. And, you know, they're a lot of people's dark horse winner of the Cooks Cup this year. Is now Yarmouth trying to get past that blue line in the final 15 seconds of the power play. But Wolverines now the puck in their own zone again, just content to continue to wait with it. A lot of great puck-moving defensemen on the back end for the Wolverines, who are so poised and they're so careful of that puck, and they're able to just so strong on it that the Vikings just don't know how to respond to it yet.
Yeah, West Kings here are confident. Their play in the offensive zone and the defensive zone, it's a 4-minute penalty kill, and they're back there just passing it back and forth like they're on a pond, chilling out, you know, with no concerns at all.
And now here comes West Kings. Again with the puck in their own zone. A good tic-tac-toe play there. West Kings still playing with it, but that one offside on a very late whistle by the linesman.
Yeah, I think the West Kings player wasn't sure if it was going to get called or not. There was a momentary pause and delay, but then played it. They were 10 feet over the blue line when the offside call finally came across.
9:16 still left in the third. There's still plenty of time for the Vikings to come back in this one, as they almost did against Paramba last night. Lost that one in the dying seconds of the third. That was a huge heartbreaker for Paramba. No, for the Vikings, I should say. A huge momentum boost for Paramba. And now Wolverines continuing to put on pressure here. Back now 5-on-5, and they're back to moving that puck around. Coming in through the center, a shot, and another block by the Vikings.
Yeah, the Yarmouth players are cluttering that center ice shooting lane, not giving West Kings a lot of action with it. But West Kings able to still control, you know, puck possession and movement on a 5-on-5 play in the Yarmouth zone. Oh, a lot of scramble here in front of the net.
And a bunch of extra shoving afterwards as well, as now the Vikings letting their jaws do the talking now, since the score sheet isn't. And Kroll makes another great save. That's save number 22 for Riley Kroll.
23.
22 because he let one in. Math, man. -1. Beat you on the mental math front as you see that mad scramble in front, and Kroll able to cover that one up. And off of the face-off, it's the Wolverines once again with it.
Yeah.
Vikings, though, poke that one away and able to clear the zone.
Yeah, a lot of rebounds on that chance for West Kings. The puck was bouncing around. It was great for Jones to, or not Jones, but Riley to freeze that puck.
And now Vikings, again, dumping it in. Wolverines just, again, taking their time with the puck, making the right decisions. They know that the Vikings aren't charging after them, and they don't have to make those quick thoughts. So they're every single time they go to the pass, they have their head up looking for who they're going to send it to.
Yeah, the West Kings are just dominating the ice sheet at this point. Yarmouth is reacting to whatever West Kings is doing. They're dictating the play. They're taking control of the offensive zone, the defensive zone. They're taking a lot of shots, and, you know, if it keeps up like this, Yarmouth is going to go down 2 in this period.
Yarmouth able to clear that one out. Doesn't have enough for icing. And now if Yarmouth starting to get aggressive on that chase there, and now they're rewarded with a turnover. Yarmouth back on side. That shot gets blocked, still with the rebound, but finally it's poked away, and now Pittman able to push this one through. Vikings now trying to get back on the attack. That's Iyer dumping that one in. His team now going for the chase. Wolverines holding that puck along the boards, trying to kill off some more time. Vikings bringing in the extra man to try and keep it out, but nope, Wolverines able to push it through. Here come the Wolverines with speed. Could be a 3-on-2. Waits for his man to catch up. Now it's a shot and right into the glove of Riley Kroll.
Oh, a little extracurricular activity is going to get a trip on West Kings late in this period. Not what you wanted, but Yarmouth's physical play getting a little frustrating down there for West Kings, and a retaliation gets a call.
Vikings able to get under the skin of West Kings, who were stuck in a penalty-filled affair in the final game yesterday against Digby. I want to say it was close to 100 penalty minutes handed out between both of them, because there was at least if I remember correctly, 3 ejections. So that's at least 45 penalty minutes handed out. We're just right there between 3 guys. It was a huge penalty-filled affair. Digby definitely got under the skin of West Kings. But Yarmouth now starting to do it here, but West Wolverines able to clear it out on the penalty kill.
Yeah, normally you would think Yarmouth power play here gives them a good chance to get control and gets a score on the board. But really, West Kings, even with a man down, are dictating the control of the play. West Kings got 1 player in the offensive end right now, holding up 3 Yarmouth players for a good 5-10 seconds on that kill.
And Vikings unable to get by the defense of the Wolverines yet again. They just get past the blue line. The Wolverines able to take the puck, and now West Kings going back the other way. West Kings now dumping that one all the way in, again taking as much time as the Vikings are going to allow them. Yarmouth now, puck in their own zone, but he has a man on. He's forced to go back. Again, that 1 player forward for the Wolverines, always putting on pressure on the puck handler. And now Vikings trying to break out again, but again, another turnover by the Wolverines, and they just send it right back. And they're just saying, you want the puck, Vikings, come and get it. We're going to wait here for it.
This is a bad game of keep away for Yarmouth. They've got an extra man up. They can't control it in their own defensive end with the penalty kill pressure from that 1 man keeping Yarmouth deep and then stealing the puck and, taking control away on the power play. This isn't a power play for Yarmouth. This is just West Kings deciding, let's play with 1 hand for a little bit.
It's the Wolverines, though, a little bit too nonchalant there, but the Vikings unable to get through all the defense, and that backhanded shot going wide, a centering pass that no one can get a stick on, and now Wolverines not going to take any time clearing that one out.
Yeah, no, they had full control of the zone earlier, but that one, Yarmouth got settled in there, and they decided to not play a little bit of passing and just put that puck down the other end.
Puck comes right out in front of Kroll, and a bad giveaway to St. Nicholas. And now St. Nicholas, again, just sent that back to his defense, and now will do it. Back to even strength with 4:40 left here in the third. Wolverines ahead by 1, but they have been controlling the entire play all game all along. It's been Riley Kroll for Yarmouth who's really kept the Vikings in it at this point.
They got a 3-on-1 chance here, though, breaking into the West King zone.
That shot, again, another miss by the Vikings. We've seen that happen a few times for Yarmouth. They've had some opportunities, but just can't get the puck towards the net. Now Vikings trying to get another opportunity here, but that dump in bounces off their own player and goes on to the stick of the Wolverines to go right back into their own zone.
Yeah, I'm setting up the play here. Back to the defenseman. Let the forwards move into an offensive push. Pass up and into the offensive zone again.
Wolverines have that one poked away a little bit by the Vikings, and now puck being held along the boards. Again, Wolverines content to just kill off some more time, and now here comes West Kings. That pass, though, gets deflected away by a Viking. Throws a hit again, but dodged by St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas absorbs another one, still with the puck, and he sends it back up to the point. Wolverines now with a shot, that one going just wide. Wolverines still fighting for possession of the puck, and they have it. Back up to the point it goes. Another point shot saved by Kroll. The rebound cleared away by the Vikings and just out of the zone.
Yeah, great save there. But again, I've always been concerned with defensive players getting out in front of the goalie and trying to tip those shots or play goalie themselves. And some players have got great hand-eye coordination and are able to make those shots and keep them away from the net. But there's always a risk of you not tipping it away and tipping it on net. And when the goalie's got the shot, he can see it, let him play it. Because those deflections could become goals, and you don't want that.
Yeah, I think more often than not, you see a lot of goalies trying to tell their defensemen, clear my eyesight, I'll handle the rest. As Wolverines going in. Oh! Fantastic and beautiful play there. Number 22, James Hunter, goes coast to coast, weaves through the defense, and sends that shot top shelf where his mother hides the cookies.
And Yarmouth now down 2. The game, unless they get a miracle effort here, out of reach. But that lets West Kings win the third if Yarmouth gets shut out and give them 4 points overall for this game. Great shot there on the replay as he breaks in, puts it high on the glove side, passed him for number 2 on the board.
Kroll doing everything he can for his team to try and keep him in it, but only so much a goaltender can do when you're getting an onslaught like the Wolverines have been putting on as the faceoff won by the Vikings, who dump it in for the dump and chase now, just trying to break up the shutout attempt, maybe try and take one more point away from the Wolverines if they can tie this one up. And now West Kings looking to go the other way. That one tipped forward. Vikings, though, send it right back, pass out the blue line, but Wolverines going right back on the attack. Here comes Pittman. Pittman lumbering through, trying to get through the defense. Pittman still with it. That shot blocked, deflected up into the glass. And now centering pass all the way back out to a point. A shot blocker save. The puck sitting in front of Kroll, who finally gets over and covers it up for the faceoff.
Quick whistle from the backline referee there who lost sight of it. Looked like the goalie had it covered and frozen, so he blew it. But West Kings had control of that puck, and it was still in play.
Favorable whistle for the Vikings, who have needed every single break in this one. Still only 13 shots generated for the Vikings, and you're not going to win hockey games if you're generating usually around below 20 shots. You never see a team win with that kind of offensive performance.
Well, you usually don't. There are chances and there are games where that will be the exception, but not in this case. West Kings has dominated this game, even though the score is only 2-0. If the goalie hadn't stood on his head to keep Yarmouth in this game could be a blowout.
If we had enough volunteers to employ a statistician, I would really like to see the time of possession numbers for this game and how much the Wolverines would have in the time of possession. But we only have a certain amount of volunteers, and I don't think statistician is really the exciting job someone might want when you're going to work for a media group.
Some guys are very into the math and those numbers, but I don't think anyone except West Kings would like to see that number at this point, because Yarmouth, the worst number they see right now is 2 for West Kings and 0 for them. It would just be almost depressing to see the actual amount of time that they have not had control of this game.
Penalty coming up against the West Kings. And on that note, a little bit of a shout out to former commentator Cameron George. He was really into stats, and he's even gone to university to take a stats course with business management. That was what Cameron really liked when he was doing calling, was with the stats. And now Kroll headed to the bench, so now it's going to be a 2-man advantage for the Vikings. They have a 2-minute power play for the rest of this game. They're going to try and spoil, at least try and get one in and take away a point from the Wolverines.
Yeah, timeout here. I'm not sure who called it, but both teams need to collect themselves. Yarmouth is going to have 6 players on the ice for this power play. They pulled their goalie. They've got, a minute and change left in the third. They're going to need to manage this game, manage that zone, and make sure they get a quality chance to try and get a goal in. You could still tie it up with a late-game heroics here, but at the very least, you want to get a point on the board, take away a point from West Kings, and show this team and the rest of the teams in the tournament that you're not just going to be a pushover and you are still a threat.
Now, and immediately following one timeout, the Vikings look to be calling another. So the first timeout called by the Wolverines. Vikings weren't done with their game planning, so the coach decides, I'll take another 30 seconds, and we'll go over with our strategy, and let's see if we can tie this up.
It may not have been a strategy call, but at the very least, Yarmouth is like, we've been winded, we haven't been quick. Let's get the rested legs that we can. West Kings doesn't need more of a break. They're confident they're skating well, but Yarmouth needs to get fresh, needs to get ready for this last minute and 10 and put a puck in the net.
And the Wolverines really need every point they can get. Even in their win, they didn't get the full 5 points out of Digby, as Digby won I believe at least one of those periods, maybe 2, or tie them at least. So even though the Wolverines have a win already in this tournament, they don't have as much points as they could have, so they really want to make sure they keep the puck out. Now we're underway. It's a now 6-on-4 for the Vikings, and it's in just like that.
A lucky break there by Yarmouth. Puck from behind the net, in close, a quick shot. Goalie didn't even see it. Pretty sure that went 5-hole and just snuck past him.
And that's number 73, Justin Surratt, leading the line. Surratt able to get that one in, bring this to a 1-goal game, and tie the period scoring. So now, Wolverines, at this point, if the game were to end, will only be getting 3 points out of a possible 5. That's definitely not what the Wolverines have after playing such a fantastic game.
Yeah, no, the Wolverines are going to feel a bit cheated here if they can't put another puck back in the net to come up on a 3-1 win and win the third period for those points.
Now Vikings looking to go the other way, and Kroll, he's making his way to the bench. Extra man now on for the Vikings. The Wolverines, though, able to clear it out. Yarmouth has to go back. Yarmouth sending it back into the neutral zone, looking to go on the attack. Here come the Vikings. Vikings carry in, trying to tie it in late. Coming in alone, shoots, scores! That's number 12, Bradley LeBlanc. Tie game for the Yarmouth Vikings. This place just exploded.
Everyone, I think, was napping through, like 90 minutes of this game. And then for the last minute of the period, the minute of the game, 2 quick goals, Yarmouth fans cheering everywhere, and now Yarmouth apparently wants to play some hockey.
The Wolverines have been in control 59 out of 60 minutes in this game. That 1 minute, the Vikings have completely came back. Tie game. The momentum's clearly on their side. Just in round-robin play, though, games end in a tie. Won't be any extra time. The Vikings gave up a late goal, though, 4 seconds left against Parambal after they tied that game. They're looking to avoid a repeat of history now. Final 10 seconds left. 5-on-5 hockey, puck in the neutral zone. Pittman now coming in. Here comes Pittman. Coming in on the attack, leaves it for his other skater. Backhanded shot saved by Quinn. And it's in! Oh no! James Hunter! Second goal! Hunter! Back-to-back games with 0.3 seconds on the clock!
A great backhand chance and effort by West Kings, driving in the net, trying to get a late goal in. Backhanded up, went off the goalie or another player, bounced high, nothing the Yarmouth goalie could do. Spun around to try and grab it, put it in the net, puts West Kings up again here on the replay.
Just look at that replay. The second game in the row, Yarmouth Vikings have let in the game-winning goal in just seconds before the period ended. And that's going to do it. The Vikings lose this one in one of the most exciting games I have ever called. It was so one-sided for 59 minutes. That was probably the most exciting 1 minute of hockey I've had the pleasure of calling.
That is heartbreaking. Heartbreaking for the Yarmouth goalie. The backhand high up off the blocker, but he didn't get enough on it to kick it out and away. It went up and behind him. And with the amount of time left, the goalie, you're not thinking, oh, just don't touch it. You've got to try and stop it. So he spins around to try and find the puck and lock it down. But that maneuver puts the puck in the net with split seconds left to put them down. Heartbreaking.
Riley Kroll played a fantastic game for the Vikings, and that will do it for Game 2 here in the second day of competition. Third game coming up now. It's Digby taking on Central Kings. We'll have that in just moments after Zamboni clears the ice. On behalf of myself, CJ Killam, JR Surratt, thank you to those behind the cameras and in the booth. Come back and watch. We're going to have more exciting hockey here on MC Media.